Okay, we're good to start, right? My name is Roma. I'm from Rarible, one of the biggest NFT marketplaces, one of the oldest ones. Today's my topic is NFTs as the cornerstone of postmodernistic communities. It initially was a talk that our CPO should give, but I'm doing a replacement here, and really happy to discuss this topic in the cradle of postmodern world of France with all the philosophers and literature coming. So what's the definition? What's the, what's postmodern? What are we talking about? There are a few core ideas. It's a deconstructivism of like everything that happened before. It's subjectivity and individualism of like everyone, of like every member of society. It's relativity of meanings and transformation of the self, because we're constantly looking for something new. Old labels are not applicable to anyone in the society, and we're constantly looking for new meanings here. So why Web3? Why NFTs are a good thing for that? Like, is it a perfect playground for for postmodern society which we're in right now? Yeah, I think definitely yes, because of a few reasons of how the space formed to this day, of how it's going right now. We're still in a really early stage, so it's a little bit of theoretization, but let's try to explore that. First of all, it's global accessibility, inclusivity, just as the blockchain technology and like Web3, it provides access, quite democratic access to everyone who owns, internet access or a device to connect. Intersection of art and technology is a really important topic of postmodern, philosophy, because it's all about conjunction of politics, modern media, and technology in our society, how it affects us, and it's definitely like we're seeing this strong like synergy between artists and technological people like developers. That what basically was happening in the NFT space for the previous few years, starting with art and continuing with other trends, which we'll discuss on the next slides. Deconstruction of ownership is a really important thing, because right now we're discussing what the ownership is. Is me owning an NFT, meaning I own the art piece, or you can just like right-click and save it, right? So it's a really important part of the process. We're trying to find new values of how to transfer the art itself, the value of the art, and everything else. Remix culture. So one of the biggest postmodern thing is like remixing everything. It's constant look for new meanings. That what we saw in NFTs, basically like a lot of meta things happening recently. And open interpretation. It's a feature, I would say, that you can say that about every art piece. So how it started, like you have, it's not chronological here, but you have 3 photos of Sotheby's auctions. A classic one, it's NFTs already, is like Chernak's Goose, the famous recent source, and you have CryptoPunks as well. So you have classic art, you have a fringe between like classic art and digital art, which was always considered to be like, and it's still a big discussion about like digital art. Is it as valuable as physical art, as like old masters and everything? People are more open to discuss like digital art, so we have this in between, and we have like CryptoPunks as a pinnacle of this like postmodern art, and you can see the transition. It all sells. If you need like to place a mark of validation on if it's art or not, Sotheby's tells it sort of is at this point. What sells? Other formats. So it's me, PFPs. How to find ourselves in this, in those new communities like NFTs, Web3. We all have our own identities. Like for the last 20 years, we're all using like our photos on LinkedIn, social profiles professionally, like in Slack. You can see my PFP. It's a rect guy. I love it as an art piece. It's like my sole NFT. I will most likely hold it just because of of great like historical reasons of the art itself, of the value for the space. Because either way, if the price is growing or going down, it's good for the collection, because it's the nature of getting wrecked and getting back to the business. And OPEPN version of my Ragged Guy PFP, which is basically this mixed culture I was telling you about. Because like if you go to Twitter right now, most likely you will see a lot of OPEPNs in PFPs on your feed, because it's like a modern thing. Why everyone is doing that? Because it's like a trend, or because we are looking for meaning here? Who knows? A few interesting things happening, like unfolding right now, as you know, basically as we speak. We at Rarible work with a lot of big brands, like consumer brands, those like corporations, basically, providing them with NFT technologies. Basically, we're building marketplaces for them. And I wanted to discuss one particular example, which is quite great in terms of like communicational mediums we're exploring right now. The boundaries which are broken by postmodern, like in postmodern world. We have this show, the Fox show called Cropopolis. They released their collection 1 year ago. It's basically like a few thousand chickens. If you hold a chicken, it lays eggs. You can participate in votes for content, or you can even become like a personality in the show itself. And for me, it's a really great example, because I couldn't imagine, you know, a multi-billion company being able to properly communicate with a much smaller group of users, providing them with their own individual voice. So that is like one of the examples we're exploring right now. The thing is, we can't offer, like, we don't know the solution on you know, how we will move there, what new things will be there, but we're constantly exploring. And I think in like upcoming 5 to 10 years, this like, you know, revolution of crypto and Web3 everyone is talking about, onboarding a new billion of user, it will, like, we will see great use out of all the features, like of the technological layers we are producing right now during the bear market. So what's next? To be honest, no one knows actually, because we're having, like, it's a sort of a constructor. We're having those building bricks in a form of protocols, layers, chains, tokens, in a form of artists coming to the space and, you know, producing stuff like Jack Butcher and those mixed culture things. So I'll be happy to see what, you know, how it unfolds in the upcoming year. So that's basically it. It was quite a short talk, but nonetheless, thank you so much.
Any questions? Any additional remarks from the speaker?
No, I think we're done for today.
Enjoy after parties.
Yeah.
Great talk.
Thank you so much.
So much.